guys, this is Irago and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're gonna talk about how I got my tourist visa for Australia as a self-employed. I submitted my application online via the EMI website last July 27, and then part of the process is you have to get your biometrics done in their biometrics collection center. So in my case here in Manila, that's located in Circuit Makati. So, I had it ng July 29, 2 days after kong mag-submit ng online application. I waited for 15 days before I got an email from the Australian government na finally, I have been granted a tourist visa to Australia na multiple entries for 1 year. So, yes, thank you Lord. Finally, kasi actually medyo big deal siya for me kasi a little backstory. 2 years ago, I already applied for a tourist visa to Australia but na-refuse ako. Yes, I got rejected before because I didn't know that much. What I mean by that is medyo in-underestimate ko yung Australian tourist visa. I was overconfident at that time because I have an invitation letter from my auntie who is residing in Sydney, Australia. And then, I was self-employed, meron akong business, I submitted my business documents, my bank statements. So, kumbaga, I have the resources naman. And then, third is, walang interview. So, sabi ko, madali lang kasi wala namang interview. You just have to submit the documents. But I was wrong. I got rejected. Pero hindi ko na masyadong dinibdib yung rejection na yun. Kasi nung nakita ko yung refusal letter, parang tinignan ko na lang, ano ba yung reason of refusal? And then, it was stated there na hindi daw satisfied yung case officer dun sa application ko because she thinks na hindi strong yung home economic ties ko. And then, napaisip ako, sabi ko, bakit? Anong ibig sabihin ng hindi strong yung home economic ties? Siguro yung profile ko, I was self-employed, single, wala akong kids, I'm not married. Baka tingin nila red flag yon and may possibility na hindi na ako bumalik ng Pilipinas kasi parang wala naman akong babalikan. Parang ganun ang dating. And being self-employed or having your own business doesn't necessarily mean na babalik ka ng Pilipinas. So, kumbaga, hindi ko siya na-justify dun sa application ko before. So, since that rejection from 2 years ago, nag-start na akong mag-research online, social media, particularly on Facebook, and then I found out na maraming ang mga business owners or mga self-employed yung mga nare-reject, lalo na kung hindi mo talaga mapuprove na strong yung home ties mo because regardless if you have the means to travel, kung may pera ka, hindi ibig sabihin or hindi siya guaranteed na maa-approve ka ng tourist visa to Australia. So, what I actually did is I asked for help. So, yes, hindi po ako nag-DIY because at that time, naisip ko na parang feeling ko kailangan ko ng tulong or someone na mag-guide dito sa application ko kasi hindi ako sure what are the documents to submit. Hindi rin ako sure kung ano yung strategy na tamang gawin. And then, hindi naman masama to ask for help, lalo na kung hindi mo talaga alam kung saan ka magsisimula. And hindi ko na rin kasi afford ng parang another rejection for this visa application. But I will give you an overview kung ano-ano yung mga sinubmit ko na documents for my visa application to Australia. So one, we have the travel document, of course, yung current passport mo. You may also attach yung old passport mo kung meron ka ng mga previous travels outside of the country, kung may mga previous visas ka na rin, pwede mong isama yan. And then, yung travel itinerary mo, of course, kung ano yung planned tourism activities mo sa Australia, you also have to include that. Yung third naman is yung mga national identity documents mo. So, it could be your TIN, kung may PRC ka, kung may NBI clearance, you will also include that, and other IDs, driver's license, and so on. And then, another set of documents that you can submit is yung family register and composition form. Tapos, ito yung tinatawag na Form 54. So, dito mo ilalagay yung names ng immediate family members mo. So, your mother, father, if you have siblings, pwede mong ilagay dyan. And then, I also attach yung mga pictures namin ng family ko, and then pictures ko with my friends and my boyfriend para malaman nila na meron akong babalikan dito sa Pilipinas. So, another set of documents is you have to submit your evidence of financial status and funding for your visit to Australia. So, dito na papasok yung mga bank statement, yung mga bank certificate, if you have credit card statements. With Australia, I think they prefer bank statements over bank certificate. So, additional na lang siguro si bank cert. Kasi they have to see na regularly meron talaga pumapasok sa bangko mo and hindi ka lang parang naglagay ng huge chunk amount dyan just to prove na you're financially capable. So, in my case, what I did is I attach yung mga purchase orders ko from my clients, tapos yung mga issued na sales invoice, collection receipts, official receipts, and then meron din akong mga tax withheld certificate, yung mga 2307. I also included that dun sa parang financial documents ko. And then, aside from that, pwede ka rin maglagay ng mga deed of sale, kung may lupa ka, may mga assets ka. For example, ako nilagay ko yung certificate of registration ng sasakyan ko, nilagay ko din siya. And then, another document that I can suggest is kung meron kayong mga lease agreement, like, ako meron akong lease agreement with my condo. So, inattach ko din siya sa application ko to prove na meron akong existing contract. And talagang babalik ako ng Pilipinas. So, yun. So, for fellow business owners and self-employed din, of course, you have to submit yung mga business documents mo. Ano-ano to? Yung mga SEC mo, kung meron ka, or DTI, business permit, COR, tax clearance, yung mga mga resibo mo, and then PhilJEP certificate if you're transacting with the government. Tapos, basta anything related with your business, pwede mong i-attach mga documents na yan. And then, additional documents siguro na pwede kong isuggest na pwede nyong ilagay. If you have life insurance, so ako meron akong Sun Life insurance, and then other insurance na nilagay ko na lang din dun sa application ko. Then another document that you may submit, which I think is one of the most important documents for your application, is the cover letter. So, dun sa first application ko kasi, hindi ako naglagay ng cover letter. Wala akong anything letter na nilagay, yung invitation letter lang. So, with the second application, I decided to create a cover letter, and then comprehensive naman siya, pero 2 pages lang. Nilagay ko doon yung kung sino ako, saan ako nakatira, tapos in-acknowledge ko din na meron akong previous refusal, and then ano yung gagawin ko sa Australia, ganyan. So, just a simple cover letter. If you need any help, you may ask someone to help you. I think it's not bad naman to ask for help, especially if you're not sure what to put in your application. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching this short and hopefully informative video. I wish you guys the best with your application, so good luck. And for my next video, I will be in Sydney, Australia. So see you guys in Sydney. Bye!